Why, yes, I have been buying more supplies from Temu. Stay tuned to see what all I picked up. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tracy, and here on my channel, I like to use a lot of crafting supplies, so therefore I also do some hauls. Today's haul is going to be from Temu. This is actually 2 orders. I have a third one coming in, but I really want to dig into this one, so I figured I'm going to go ahead and open this. Plus a third order is a lot of the same, so I figured we might not film that one. But I have a lot of stamps. I want a little stamp heavy. I got some other little washi tapes, papers, and things like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this stuff. All right, so first we're going to look at this. I went ahead and opened up the packaging. This band here was not on it. I put this on it. There are 2 little holes right here. You just slide it through and there you go, and that's how you close it. So this, I believe they title it as a sticker album. For me, it's going to be a stamp album. So I have a couple of albums that I'm currently using for stamps, and they're pretty much full. So I decided to grab this one. And I am going to use this for the stamps that I use a lot for my daily journaling. I just figure it's going to make my life easier because when it comes to daily journaling, I'm trying to journal quick, be done, and move on to the next thing. I don't want to make it too much work, but I do want to make it cute, and I really do want to use stamps in my daily journaling. So I think this will make it a lot easier just to kind of put some of those in here. We'll see if any of the ones that I purchased today will make it in here or whether or not they will go in my storage system. I have these crate type things that I keep all of my other stamps in. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and look at my stamps. I did order a few more stamps. That's part of my third order. I know one of them is like day of the week stamps. So they're more functional than anything else, but a lot of times people want to see some decorative stamps. So I brought this one because I love some good old-fashioned script. I feel like I need some white. Here's like a planner page that I took out last month and never used. So yeah, it's just script. So kind of like script washi. I can just use this as almost like a background or to kind of like fill in space and everything like this. Obviously, I don't think this would be something that I would write on top. I think writing on writing would be too much, but I think this can be like a really cool effect on a background for like other stickers or something like that. So there we go there. Let's just see. This should easily fit in here. Yep, there we go. So this one's probably not going to go in here because I don't think I'm going to be using this for my everyday stamping, but you can see how well it fit in there. And this actually feels pretty heavy, believe it or not, which I think would mean it's good quality, maybe not necessarily. Let's look at some of the, trying to see what we have here. Okay. So I was going to do all the decorative ones and we have some functional ones. So I don't think I have this already. I get so confused. I have so many stamps, but when I'm on Temu, I'm like, have I bought that before? And I'm like, it's $1.70. I'll go ahead and buy another one. But here we go with the butterflies and then like the little designs and things like that. I just thought this was really, really cute. Then I bought several with cats. I do not own cats. I wouldn't say I'm a cat fan or anything like that, but I do think stickers and things like that are really, really cute. So here we go. Just kind of just randomness, a whole bunch of randomness with these little cat creatures. I would say cat creatures or whatever, because you can see like the little drawings are a little different. I guess they're cats. Yeah, they definitely look like cats. Some of these are questionable. But there we go. I thought it was cute. And then some of this I can use functionally. Like here I can write something like really small in there, like something I want to highlight, a word or something I want to highlight. It was cute. It was cute. I'll use them. That's something that I would probably consider using in my daily journal as just like a cute little added element in there. And then here is another one with some cats. These look a little bit more like cats. But you can see we have some doing some chores, chilling in the tub, I guess. So these are cute. And then a couple holding some signs. So again, you can use that for functional purposes. And then my last, I didn't realize I bought this many cat ones. That must have been all that they were like recommending to me. And then here we go. Look, we have the cats on top of the suitcase. That is really small for to-dos. So I probably would do something else with the inside of that. Just not realistically a lot of writing space for me. Even that one would be a little small, but I still thought they were adorable. I thought they were really, really cute. So again, all of my stamps they were definitely under $3. I think most of them were under $2. This is a larger one, so this one will not fit in the pocket. This might be a 6x9, or might not be that big. I don't know. We'll see. Wait a minute. Inches. No. 6x8. 6x8. This one I think is really, really cool. So you have the numbers written out here, or spelled out for you. So this is more travel related, but I honestly think I'm going to use some of this stuff just for other purposes. We have some really small 5 stars here. They might be smaller than some of the others I have, so they might work better in even like my reading journal or whatever. But you see you have like adventure, explore, wander, things like that. I just thought this was really, really cool, and I just really liked that. So again, this might have been more than $2 or $3, but it was definitely under $4. Can't beat that. All right, and then we have my functional ones. Which one did I get first? I think this one I was going to be getting this from Amazon, and then I saw it on Temu, and Amazon, it was one of those, it was going to ship later. So it had been like, you know, I purchased it. It was going to ship 2 weeks after the fact, and I was able to cancel it to get this. So we have a tracker. And then we have tape, which, you know, we could say is washi tape. It's probably just regular tape, but we can say washi tape. We have some just cute little, like, kind of like office supplies and stuff there. Like this says notes on it. I think that's really cute. But I got it for the tracker. So what I would do is I would probably not stamp that part. I would stamp this. I was thinking I could use this for my reading journal. This would be one option for my reading journal, because I could take my little dot markers and then put a dot for the books that I read. In actuality, I really only probably need 2 max, maybe 3 on a certain day, but I think really mainly only 2, because I like to, you know, put a color-coded dot that corresponds to a certain book to show what days I read it. So I think that would work as far as giving me like enough room to kind of put the dot in there, or I could just color in something. If I didn't want to do dots, I could change things up. But, you know, you guys that see my reading journal know I've been drawing things. I've been using some stickers from Amy Plans Things, and she had like a little circle wheel. And that's where the idea came from for this one. I'm like, maybe I can try some stamps. And along those same lines, I got this one. So this one is a very small wheel compared to this one. You can see it much smaller. And it's only really room for like 1 dot a day, but for the most part, that's all I need. Now, if I was going to color it in instead of using dots, so if I wanted to use colored pencils or something like that instead of using my dot markers for the book that I read, it would be even easier, because I can come in, draw like a slash through the 9, and then color one side and then one side, like a different color for the 2 books. So this could also work. Again, I want something to just, in my reading journal, to indicate, you know, what books I read on what days. And I'm just trying to make my life easier by just being able to stamp it and not have to draw it. This is really too small. I really got it for this. But this is also a date thing here. So you could stamp this in your planners. Like you can stamp it on every single day and then circle or highlight the month and then the day. So there we go. So there's also other functional things in there, but that was mainly what I got it for. All right, so there we go there. Let's look at washi. Well, wait a minute. Let's look at some of this other stuff first. Let's look at this first, because I'm gonna need to put this with paper too. This is Stencils. You guys know I've been using my stencils in that weird Archer and Olive journal that opens from the center. So I've been using stamps and stencils there to do Dutch doors and things like that. And all of the little cutout pieces are falling. But these are just designs. I'm gonna have to pop out all of the cutouts. I need something of a different color. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Can I use this? Because this would be long enough. Probably having a little bit of a hard time to see it, but you have a few flowers and things like that, a couple of like little designs. So I could use this as a strip going down the side, or this one as a strip, or you could probably do it together. So it almost seems like two designs in one. A lot of these have to be popped out like here, so I have to actually go through and do some work before I actually use this. That's a disappointment. I've never actually had that issue with stencils that I've gotten from Temu before. All of these are pretty. So I don't know. I mean, they'll do the job. They're probably fairly cheap. I don't remember how much they were, but for me to grab them, they had to be fairly cheap. But it just seems like they really aren't cut out. There's just so much I'm going to have to pop out. That's going to make a mess. But there we go. It's already making a mess. And then I did buy some more of these like ink sponge things. I call them ink sponges because that's really what they are. They are just sponges. So they have the Velcro on one side and then the sponge on the other. So that way you can attach it to this little holder thing. But they're just sponges. That's all they are. They have some that are round, like the ones that you can get at Michael's and stuff are a little bit better quality. But I grabbed these. These probably aren't going to work as good as the ones that I have, but they'll work for probably what I need to do. So yeah, I picked these up. These were like just a couple of bucks as well for like the whole set. Oh, let's look at this. So this one made me laugh, and that's why I added it to my cart. I don't think I'm going to be using this in my planner. Maybe I'll put it on like my fitness journal cover or something like that next year. Or maybe my fourth quarter one. Dr. Now. Y'all know from my 600-pound life. It just has like some cartoon images of him. And just some of them are really funny. But yeah, they have some of his famous sayings on there from the show. This is a lot of them. I think this was $1 and something, y'all. Oh, it just makes me laugh. I saw like a couple of years ago, I saw they had magnets like this on Amazon. But then when these came up, I don't know why these came up in my recommended, say after me, protein, my recommended items, but I don't know. When it makes me laugh, I'm like, let's just go ahead and grab it. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Oh my. There we go. Yes, yes. They have some sarcastic ones too, but everyone I was going to put, like, that aren't Dr. Now. They're just regular, like, sarcastic little die cuts. And they had some really cute ones. They also had, like, some really cute stamps that had, like, sarcasm, like, type stuff on it. But they were all local, and then you have to pay a separate shipping fee for that. Sometimes even more than the actual item, because it's like $2.99 unless you spend like $30 from that seller. And I can never find even like another item from that seller. So yeah, they didn't get added, but that did. I'm glad I got them. They're cute. Okay. All right. This got smushed. So this is very self-explanatory, but I do want to open it so you guys can kind of see how much is on the roll. Wow. Is that a lot on the roll? Or is that like, is that a mirage? Might be mirage because the washi is like the same color as the roll. I like script washi. Let's pull this out so we can see how thin it is. It actually feels like it has a slicker coating than some of the other script washi I had. It just feels a little slick. So I'm not sure how layering would go with this. Like if you wanted to layer like more washi on top of this or even stickers, because of the coating, I would have to like see. Because it does feel coated. Oh my gosh. Ooh, and it leaves like a little sticky residue behind. But there we go. It's so sticky that it's like ripping. I do have some other script washi that I bought not that long ago from, I think, Temu too. Yeah, it's leaving like a weird residue, but it's nice. But you can see the texture of it. So I don't know what will stick well to it. That might prevent some sticking, but it's just, I mean, it's actually pretty thick. It's not very see-through. All right, so we have that. That's going to be a pain to unravel, though, if it's that sticky. All right. Now, this I bought because this is something I already have some black lace washi that I got from Journal Say. But when I looked at the pictures of this looked less shiny. This looked like it was matte. Obviously, you guys can see it is not matte. So the picture was not accurate. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I don't know what I'm opening. Oh, there's another thing on here. So this is PET tape. It's not Kiss Cut. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. It might not be that bad. Where's that white paper again? It might not be that bad just because of the type of texture it is, shiny. But I bought this kind of for my reading journal. I mean, I obviously can use it for other purposes, but I think the black lace is going to kind of go really well with my theme that I got. Oh, so by the way, it looks like the roll ends here. So you do get a decent size of washi on here. Here you can see the PET tape. This is a fairly small roll, but for the price you pay for it, it's kind of reasonable. You'd still get a pretty decent amount. And then this is Nocturnal Blossom Series Pet Tape. I do not remember ordering this. And now I'm wondering, did I make sure it was Kiss Cut? It looks like it is. Okay. I usually, if you do buy PET tape from Temu and you want to make sure it's Kiss Cut so you don't have to cut it around the actual image, because a lot of them will come like this, which for this it's fine, but your stickers will also come on one piece like this. So you have to like take an X-Acto knife or scissors and cut the actual sticker out. So you don't have the shiny border around it, or it looks more like a washi strip. But this is Kiss Cut. I can see it on here. Now this is a little, I don't know. It might be matte. The only thing is it looks like the sticker itself is matte, but this is a little shiny. So the border is a little shiny. But again, I wanted some dark florals to go with this. Can you see a theme? And then I'm thinking of for my reading journal. And with that, I will show you some paper that I bought for my reading journal. So yeah, this year I did Alice in Wonderland for my reading journal. So very, actually I use like some steampunk Alice in Wonderland clip art and stuff like that and things like that. So I was playing around with it. But next year I'm going completely different. And I bought some like darker papers and things like that. So I'm definitely going for a darker vibe. This is slick. That's interesting. It's almost like magazine paper, but with a little bit thicker. So this is 6 by 6. But I thought some of these, especially because I'm going for a darker vibe in my journal, I don't want to print a lot of black. So I figured like some of these would be really cool to like layer. Can kind of go simple by just adding something like this and then putting something on top of it. So So there we go there. Not sure that I love these now that I see them because of the texture of them. I would rather them be like scrapbook paper, just like matte paper. But I will say I do like that they came in this little piece of like cardboard thing. It did protect them a little bit. And then finally, this one's bigger. I think this one might be 8 by 8. This is also the same. What is going on? I think they just said decorative papers. So I was just assuming they were going to be like scrapbook papers, and they're not. They're more like the magazine papers, which, I mean, I guess it'll be fine. We'll have to play around and see. But again, we have some of the dark imagery. I guess I'm going to have to probably have skulls in there just because I'm going to be using a lot of items from a Halloween box, so it has skulls and stuff in it, but I kind of just want a lot of like the dark roses and things like that. I like this, like just some kind of photos of just things that are dark and gothic and things like that without really being like in your face. I kind of like some of that vibe as well. So yeah, these I'm not as excited about now that I have them in person. I think the images itself is pretty. I just don't know if I want the like glossy China sheen to it. I think I would rather for them to have been like more of like a matte scrapbook paper. Even if it was thin, I think that's what I would have preferred. But we're going to use them. I have them. I am going to use them. They are not going to go to waste. And because of the way they look with the vibes, I can probably only use them in my reading journal. So I don't know if I'm going to be using them as part of my setups or if they're going to be more of like monthlies when I get into the monthly spreads for 2027. But I wanted to go ahead and grab them because I was putting in a Temu order because you do have to spend like 20 or something to get free shipping unless they're like running a special. And sometimes when things are so cheap, it can get hard. It's not hard, but when you start like really focusing on what you need versus what you want, then it becomes hard. So that's the reason why I went ahead and picked it up. So yeah, I got, you know, the papers, which I said was like, I mean, I might end up loving them once I put them on the paper, but right now I would have preferred them to be more like scrapbook paper texture. The washies are fine. These two are really, really cool. This is just similar to the one that I had. I just thought it was more matte than glossy. These we're going to have to test out. Of course, my Dr. Now vinyl stickers. Hilarious. Love those. These, I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to have to punch so much of the cutouts out before I can even use them. That's just going to make a mess. But it is what it is. This I absolutely love. I think this is really cool. I mean, I kind of expected it to be like this, but I am kind of surprised. I feel like the quality is okay for getting something like this from Temu. So yay. And I absolutely love all of the stamps. I will say when it comes to stamps, I have not been disappointed with any stamps that I have purchased from Temu. Actually, it's been quite the opposite. I've been very, very surprised. Like the size of this one, I was very surprised. And the fact of, you know, how cheap they are. And I've been using a lot of my Temu stamps over and over and over again, like my date stamps, my number stamps, things like that. And they've held up for like a year or so. So to me, that speaks pretty good to them for them. And they're so cheap, I can always replace them if I need to. But yeah, there we go. So not a huge haul, but I still wanted to share them, especially the stamps, because when you look for stamps on Amazon, Temu, or anything like that, there's just so many, you get overwhelmed. So I figured I will just show you what I purchased. So that way at least you know what's out there, and then show you some of the other things, especially this guy, because I'm really excited about this. That is out there as well. So yeah, there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Temu haul video. I probably will have maybe one or two more hauls coming up because I'm definitely in a shopping mood. But I'm going to cut back. I promise. I'm going to be cutting back on my shopping. I don't know why I say I promise, because you guys don't care. You probably love seeing hauls. But my bank account, I'm telling my bank account that I'm going to cut back. I promise. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing. That is all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.